Hello investors, traders, and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, co-founder of Market Club, with your market update for Tuesday, the 29th of October, almost coming to the end of the month. So the Apple update, we'll be talking about that today, and we'll also be talking about why UPS could be a big winner in this quarter. So the good news, bad news for Apple was, yes, they had great earnings, but the profit margins were slipping according to a lot of analysts. I don't think it makes a lot of difference because they're really going into this superpower quarter right now, going up to Christmas. So let's take a look at Apple and the chart. As you can see, we were down in after hours trading last night, but we popped right back up today, trading as high as 539.25, and we popped down to about 526 where we're trading right now. So I think for the time being, hold on to Apple. All of our trading cards are positive, and the trading triangles too. And just a quick show you a trend line here that I looked at, which gave us our first really time target zone for Apple. We measured from the 450 area here up to the highs here, which was just about the 500 level, and then we subtracted those two. So basically it gave you a plus 50, which we added to the 500, which gave us a 550 intermediate target zone. Okay, that's an intermediate target zone. Longer term, we're looking for the 580 to $600 level. So let's be patient on Apple. Give it some time. It's sharply higher for the month. We closed last month way down, I think around these levels here, around the 480 levels. So we're up a bunch for the month, over 10%, and I think that's good for any stock for 1 month. Okay, we're talking about UPS, and as you can see, UPS has had a nice move up here, and I want to scope this out just a little bit further, and let's take some of these triangles off, just make it simple. And this is what I was looking at with UPS, and that is we've got a very, very large trend line in here. We have a very large base, huge base as a matter of fact. So if you just extrapolate that out, you have all of your triangles here positive. That's the good thing. Then if you look at this huge base, just enormous. And if you measure down, we'll call this 40, which is the low, and we'll call this recent high 80. Okay? So if you take 40 from 80, it gives you, that's right, 40. And if we add 40 to 80, which is right here, we'll call it 80, that gives you 120. So I think we're going to be looking at this stock trading at 120. Clearly the trend is up, and we expect it to continue to go higher. Now we may see some little pullbacks here, maybe to the 92, 95 area, or even lower than that, but generally speaking, the trend is your friend, and the trend for UPS is good, and they should have a great quarter because more and more people are shopping online and they have to ship it somewhere. So it's going to be FedEx, UPS, or the Postal Service. Which would you choose? We're looking at Talisman Energy. We've been talking about this for some time now, and if you remember, we had our last signal on Talisman some time ago, and it looks as though it's on to a nice run-up. Certainly the highest close we've seen in the stock recently was 1280. We've traded as high today as 1277, so very close to that. But let's see how we close for the week, because this could be a new high weekly close. We're looking for this market to go significantly higher as we go into a very cold winter here in the Northeast. And this is what Talisman Energy is all about. So let's scope this out to the max on this and take our triangles off. And what's really kind of interesting to me anyway is how this market has shaped up in the past. We've had these highs here and these highs here, and if you measure from these highs and project that over, it gives you a time window right around here. So coming from this base, if we break out, certainly this level is going to be very important around the 15 level. If we break out over there, I think we've got the 10 to 15. Again, remember 10 to 15, so this is 15, this is 10. Subtract gives you 5, plus 5 here, and that gives you 20, which takes you right up to these levels here. And I think with a little bit of momentum, we can get up to the 22, 24 area. So let's see how that plays out. But generally speaking, the trend is your friend, and the trend for this stock is clearly on the upside. We're looking at Amazon. Amazon clearly had a big earnings beat. Now here's the question. Don't make this mistake. Don't think because it just hasn't gone up in the last couple of days, it's not going to go up. This is a very bullish formation in my mind, and we're going to break out to the upside. I think we're going to be looking at Amazon closer to $400 than $350 in the not too distant future. This is an incredible company. It delivers what it says it's going to deliver, and it does it better than anybody else right now. So stay long Amazon. You can see our trade triangles have been long from $277. It's almost $80-90 ago. The last signal we have was $298. So you can see, I'll just put that in for you. Last signal is right here at $298. In fact, I just there you can see $298.88. So, and boom, we've gone up. So be patient in Amazon. It's going to go higher. Another stock we like is Facebook. You can see it's come back. It's fallen back into an area where it should find good support. It's a 61.8% retracement. I think we're going to see this market regroup. It's getting to an oversold condition, much like it did here. And you can see what happened. It basically moved from, let's say, $45 up to $55 in a relatively short period of time. So I think we'll see that happen again, and this will take this market to new highs for the move. Very, very positive energy on this stock. Looking at gold, remember we talked about gold building this base and sort of trying to make a move, and I still think that's generally the case. We're sort of seeing it just sort of round out here. You can see this sort of rounding out position on the base, and I think we need to see it really kind of move over this level, this 1360 level, in a really constructive way. And if we had to close up to like 1380, I think that would be a very positive, indicating that we have made a turn. And if we went from 1280, I think we'd be looking at another maybe 1480 on that level to 1500. So I think we're just waiting for this. It may happen next year. I'm not sure about this, but generally speaking, the trend longer term is negative, short term and intermediate term is positive here. So you see the numbers we have here. 1346 is 1347 last, and I think that's the way this cookie is crumbling right now. So let's just be patient with gold. No reason to jump in right now. Let's look at it on a daily or a weekly basis, and we'll get a good feel for it, and we'll be ready when it moves. We'll be ready to do that. I wanted to share with you Goldman Sachs today. It's been a very good stock, and you can see we had a signal right here at 162.50. It's 161.99 right now, so you have a chance to buy just below the signal, indicating that every time we've had a signal that tends to move the market, you can get some dollars out of it. So here's one right here. It moved from 160 up to the high there was 170, so a nice $10 move. And if you look from this level here, 162 down to, what's the low here, 153. So you should be able to get $10 out of this move. So 162, we should be back up to maybe 172 in this particular move. So let's see how that plays out. But watch Goldman Sachs as well. Crude oil, as we said, we think this market's probably made a low because we feel it's very, very oversold right here. You can see the oversold situation both here and here. And here I think it's a little bit different because certainly the level is a lot different from 101 to 96, and I think we are in a trading range. You can see with our trade triangles we have a plus 55, which is a score of a trading range, meaning it would be a little bit choppy. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it sort of chop around these areas here, so the 99 to 96 area for a few more weeks. Would not be surprising at all. This is the index, so we're looking at the Dow Jones. Of course, new highs today in this recent move. Still has resistance at the top end of the pace, and also looking at the NASDAQ, challenge the new highs. I think we'll see new highs by the end of the week there. On the S&P 500, new highs there. And on the euro, again, we are looking for the dollar to come under pressure, and of course today the dollar is weak compared to the euro. So let's see how everything plays out. I'm Adam Hewison for Market Club, a little longer than usual. Things take time, of course, but I'll be back. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch this update from Market Club. Have a great trading day.
You can find Adam Hewison as a regular contributor on Bloomberg, Business News Network, CNBC, and Fox Business News.